Welcome back to the Green Beans Go channel. It's your host, me. Fun fact before we get started, this shirt I'm wearing right now is from 6th grade. I bought this in 6th grade. If you're wondering how it still fits me, and it does, it still fits me quite well. It actually fits me now. It didn't fit me in 6th grade. I was swimming in it then. My parents didn't have a ton of extra money. We made it work. But if I wanted something that I did not need, I had to spend my own money on it. This shirt was purchased with my own money, and I was so cheap and had the foresight of I don't want to waste this money, so I would buy my clothes 2 and 3 sizes too big because I wanted to always be able to wear them, wanted to grow into them. So thank you to my 6th grade cheap self for providing me with shirts that I can still wear in my 30s. Last week, another great week. We did technically go 11 and 11, but we went up 9 units. A lot of that was thanks to Joe Flacco's exhibit, 2 passing TDs, 2.5 unit play at plus 300 on ESPN. So a good week again. We are continuing to crush player props. It is by far and away our best video of the week. We've only had 1 losing week, and we've had 3 winning weeks that have doubled or tripled the size of our losing week. So again, guys, I'm here to provide perspective, hopefully educate you in some way, shape, or form, and maybe even entertain you, okay? Not like that. I'm not here to persuade you. I'm not here to impress you, sell you, or skew anything. However, if you do want to sign up for Novig, which offers a ton of really good odds, you can do so with my code. You get a 25% match. And if you want to do that, shirt's been sitting in the closet for the off season. First time this year. It's week 6, and I have other Seahawks shirts that I wear. It's dusty. Smart stake plus EV and arbitrage betting. And last night, a lot of you are maybe wondering, well, why is this player prop video coming out so late? It's 5 o'clock on Friday. You're usually out by now. Well, guys, I put out a video yesterday for touchdowns, and you guys were all crying in the comments. I don't see why this video was even. Somebody said that. I don't see the purpose of this video if odds aren't out. You know why we put the video out? Because Johnny Smith, Darnell Washington, and T. Higgins all scored. So Sugma, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk ball. Got the game across the pond. Tyler Higbee. I think in the absence of Puka Nacua, somebody's going to step up, and I believe that guy is Tyler Higbee. We're taking his 3 receptions and 4 receptions, minus 122 and plus 115. I do think Jordan Whittington will have a big role. If you want to play any of his props, go ahead. I was hoping to get something in the 30s. He's in the 40s, so I'm staying away. I'm not taking any Jacksonville guys. For the Saints against the Bears, I like Rattler over 205.5. I like Rashid Shaheed to get a lot of looks over 40.5 receiving yards and 4 receptions. Fun fact, and I'm going to jinx it, the last 4 games, I think he has had exactly 4 receptions in all of those games. The Bears secondary does struggle, and so I think the Saints have some success this week in a game where they should have to pass quite a bit. Wow. You're telling me a Miami and Cleveland game is loaded with picks? You're telling me that of all the games you could bet on this week, you're choosing to put your hard-earned cash. You just talked about being frugal, and you're going to spend money on Tua and Dylan Gabriel. That I am. Tua, 2 passing touchdowns, plus 190. Tua, 2 passing touchdowns again. I'm trying to get this filled. Actually, it was filled. I could have unbolted this. I got filled at that price at $213 on Novig. So again, guys, if you don't have Novig, if there is a market out there that exists and you don't like the odds, you can go to Novig and you can set your own odds. And if somebody around the world decides they want, so somebody took Tua under 1.5 for minus 213. They took all of my fill for that. They had to wager the other side. So I that is an official in play 1 unit. I think Tua can get 2 touchdowns against this team. Jerry Jeudy to have 3 catches. I realize he's a Cleveland guy. I was running out of room because I loaded up on Dylan Gabriel. I'm taking a mini Dylan Gabriel ladder. Dylan Gabriel over 175.5. Dylan Gabriel over 200, and then Dylan Gabriel, 2 passing TDs. That one has not been filled yet, so we'll see what happens. But if I can get Dylan Gabriel 2 passing TDs at 250, I would take it for a unit. And then I do apologize. I added Harold Fannin touchdown this morning at 340 on DraftKings when I was not sure if Njoku was going to play or not. I felt like it was a good price, and I felt like if Njoku would be ruled out, it would go down to mid 200s. And this afternoon, Njoku was ruled out. So that number no longer exists. If you guys think it is unfair of me to take credit or not of a how about this? If it goes, I'll count it as a play. And if he doesn't get it, I'll subtract 0.75 units. If it does hit, I'll meet in the middle. I'll take it at 300. But understand, I do want to add Harold Fannin, and I would probably add him all the way down to 250 if I could get him there. So that's the first part. I think the Patriots have success on the ground against Tennessee. I want to take Stevenson. I want to take Henderson because the matchup says lick those lips, but the production this season says chapped lips. It's painful. Last week, they had 22 carries combined for 45 yards. Stevenson's production has been abysmal. So I'm staying away from props. I did say that I like them to score in Thursday's video. I'm adding an update for how I'm going to play this. It's a little bit goofy, but it's fun. And this is all about having fun. So I'm going to take a same game parlay of Stevenson first, Henderson anytime, Henderson first, Stevenson anytime. In other words, one of them will score the first touchdown, and then the other one will score later in the game, a quarter of a unit on both. Have fun if you want to tail. Geno Smith, 2 passing touchdowns on FanDuel is at 270. Again, his play does not tell me this is a great bet, but the urgency of this team to have to keep up with the Chiefs, who I believe will put up high 20s, low 30s in points. Maybe he can get one late, kind of like we saw Joe Flacco cash us last week at a similar number. So half a unit, I am going to meld it down a little bit, half a unit there. And I know yesterday I talked about Kansas City TDs. I'm going to pass on those. I know I mentioned maybe Rashee Rice or Kareem Hunt. The odds didn't look good today, so final call, I'm passing there. But I will take Hunt over 28.5 rushing yards for a full unit on FanDuel minus 114. And then Jordan Mason, I know I talked about his potential touchdown, but not wanting to do it until we get better odds. It was at minus 120 yesterday. ProfitX has plus 109. So we'll take that and add that to our touchdown sheet. Carson Wentz under 234 passing yards over on Hard Rock, and Carson Wentz under 9.5 rushing yards on DraftKings. Simply put, I know that he's fine injury-wise. His left shoulder, his non-throwing shoulder is a bit banged up, but the Eagles have got to figure it out, and their offense is not doing it, and I think they're going to have to lean on their defense in this one. I expect Minnesota to run the ball and not rely on Carson Wentz to do a ton, as he is still a little bit banged up. And with potentially that young guy, J.J. McCarthy, looming in the background, I just don't see it being a super productive week for Wentz, so I'm taking 2 unders for him. Here we go. We're finally here. Jalen Coker, we have arrived. Now, some of you may say, you did it once with Josh Reynolds. You did it again with Josh Reynolds. You're 2-0 at sort of these wild left field calls. We try again. I'm going Jalen Coker 1 unit for 25 receiving yards. I'm going 2 units on his 3 receptions. I'm going 1 unit on his 4 receptions, and I'm going 1 unit on his 50 receiving yards. You can see the odds listed there. You may be saying, you're putting 5 total units on a guy who's not played a snap this season. When you put it like that, it sounds pretty stupid. When you use those words to describe what's happening in this situation, you have a point. You have a point, but someday you got to call your shot, and you got to get on the market. I believe when the market is soft on guys you think are rock hard. Jalen Coker is going to be rock hard this weekend, and we're all going to be rock hard together because we're riding on Coker. The Coker Poker. Get rock hard with Jalen Coker. Should I stop the video? Evan Ingram, 4 receptions on Novig, plus 116 for a full unit, and his over receiving yards. Again, I talked about this on the other video. I think it's Evan Ingram's week. He's been building in this offense. He's been getting more action in this offense, and Bo Nix has not looked great. He has looked like a security blanket. Let's ride with him. Daniel Jones, 2 passing TDs at plus money. I like that number a lot, 116. The Colts are going to have to put up points. I think they do, and I think the Chargers are aware of Jonathan Taylor's presence. They load the box. Daniel Jones finds 2 guys in the end zone. You may have thought, Green Means Go, you're throwing out a lot of bread. You're feeling high on the hog. You're up 32 units on the year, and you're just letting it all hang out. You're putting it all back in play on this Sunday. you're right. I don't like anything from any of these 4 games. Simply put, the lines are really inflated here because the game total is so high. This one, I don't trust the Packers on the road, as we've discussed, and Arizona is battling injuries, so no odds are out. And I'm not going to wait around for the Arizona Cardinals to put odds out to make a whole video. So shush. Falcons and Niners, I think it's a weird game as well. So I'm staying off of that. And then this one, total so high, everything's so inflated, I just don't see a ton of value. I'll give you 2 more picks before we go over to Smart Stake and do a little Flex Friday slip building. CJ Stroud under 227, talked about this in the picks video. I believe he'll be under constant pressure. The only thing that scares me is, in theory, Seattle gets off to an early lead and there's an urgency for the Texans, which requires them to abandon the run and throw. Makes me a little nervous, I'll give you that, but I think he's going to struggle even if that is the situation. I think Seattle will be able to extend drives on the ground. I think they will kill a lot of clock, and I think they'll get after C.J. Stroud, blitz him a lot, give him uncomfortable looks. I really think this defense is going to be tough for Houston. I'll take Torrey Horton over 18.5 receiving yards. I am not sleeping on the Texans' defense. They are solid, especially against the pass. I think Jackson Smith and Jigba and Cooper Kupp are going to be talked about a lot in their meetings this week. Torrey Horton, I think, is a wrinkle that they may overlook. So I like him at that small number of 18.5. So that's what I got for you this week as far as whatchamacallits go, plays go. And hopefully, if you want to tail, we get some winners. So let's go over to Prize Picks. Now, what I will tell you is they have a Friday flex. So should we do a 5? My gut says let's do a 5. Let's do a 5-pick flex play. So Sam Darnold over 2.5 rushing yards? Yes. Sam Darnold has been scrambling. I don't know what his number is, but yes. Let's add that to our slip there. And Arch Manning 2 passing TDs against Kentucky. Let's see what other books are. I can't do college player props here. So we may as well sort by leagues. We may as well go to NFL because I cannot do these. So get rid of those. Jackson Dart under 37.5 rushing yards. I'm okay with that. Again, I think Pinnacle's at -140. And we just need it to be 119 to break even. So yeah, we'll add that. We'll add Jackson Dart. Dang it, I lost my other pick when I switched. It was Sam Darnold. Bo Nix to throw no interceptions. Okay. I don't hate that. Let's do that. Dylan Gabriel. Oh, we know we love Dylan Gabriel passing yards. Is that over or under? Over. Yes, I'm in. It's on my sheet. Jaden Daniels, 21 pass completions I like simply because I think it's a high-scoring game. It's a busy game. It's an active game that we throw on the ball a lot. Sure, we'll add him. And then we want that Sam Darnold. So I shouldn't probably stretch it across multiple days, but for the sake of this, let's add the Rico Dowdle. And we'll say bet now, which will open up Prize Picks, which is super cool that they have this linked in here. And the lineup was copied. So I want to take out the Rico Dowdle, and I do want to go over to my promotions, and I do want to opt into this 40% boost. Go back to the board, and let's go add in that Sam Darnold rush. So if we go to rushing yards, actually, if we just type in Darnold, it will work a little better. I'm kind of flying through this, chat. I'm kind of impressed at myself. Take his rushing yards. Okay, so there we go. We got the flex play, and we want to check this box, which gives us a 40% payout, and we know that all of these legs are quote-unquote good to the market. They're plus EV to the market, so we will go ahead and check that, and we will go ahead and submit. See, it says $20. You know what's going to happen when I do that? Oh, $5. All we can accept is $5. Oh, we can't accept more than whatever it's called. $20 is too much money. We are a $1 million company. We are one of the most well-known DFS tools on the market, but we can't accept over $5 for your plays because you've burnt us in the past. Go count something, Prize Picks. Okay, so we got that. So we should probably add that. We'll add that Prize Pick slip for a half a unit into our, there it is right there if you want to copy it, at these odds. So again, take these odds, given by Smart Stake. So cool thing that just helps you find value, and especially where we're getting more value with that boost. So I'll go add that to my NFL sheet before I forget. Otherwise, take care, guys. We'll see ya. We'll see you soon. Love ya.